BTS news today. Jungkook gives a hint about BTS's future and Taehyung, ARMY panics. But before we begin, if you're new here, welcome to the family. This channel is where we uncover the hidden stories, emotional truths, and behind-the-scenes realities of BTS. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because the next chapter in BTS's story might arrive sooner than we think, and you won't want to miss it. It started with a live stream. Jungkook's smile was warm, casual, the kind of smile that has comforted millions for over a decade. But if you looked closer, there was something else. A flicker in his eyes, a pause between his words. And then, it came. The moment that would send ARMY into a frenzy. Jungkook, almost offhandedly, spoke about the next phase, and how things might look different soon. The comments section exploded instantly. What does he mean by different? Is he talking about a new era or something else? Why did Taehyung's face change when he heard that? Because yes, Taehyung was there too. Sitting beside Jungkook, playful at first, but his body language shifted almost instantly. He leaned back, his smile faded just slightly, and his gaze drifted away. It was a microsecond, but ARMY noticed. They always notice. Music swells slightly. To understand why this moment felt so heavy, we need to go back. Not just a few months, but years. Back to when BTS first hinted at taking things slower after years of relentless schedules. Remember June 2022? When the group sat together, faces serious, and spoke about the need for rest, reflection, and solo projects? That moment felt like a wound for many fans, not because BTS was breaking up, but because it made everyone realize this journey wouldn't last forever in the same way. Since then, each comeback, each live, each overseas trip has carried an undercurrent of "is this the last time?" It's a question no fan wants to ask, but it lingers. And when Jungkook used those words, next phase and different, it reignited that quiet fear. Soft piano underlay. But here's the thing, Jungkook is not careless with his words. He knows ARMY listens to everything. Every sigh, every laugh, every offhand comment. Which makes it all the more curious, was this a slip? Or was it intentional? A breadcrumb, dropped to prepare fans for something monumental? Reports say the live stream was filmed in Los Angeles. BTS members have been in and out of the city for various projects, from music collaborations to brand shoots. But LA also holds another kind of significance. It's where some of BTS's biggest decisions have been made behind closed doors. If we think about the last few years, many pivotal BTS moments happened while they were overseas, away from the watchful eyes of Korean media. So what exactly is this next phase? Is it the return of BTS as a full group after military service, with a new image and sound that will shock the world? Or is it a pivot into something more unexpected, perhaps even a farewell era before they take an indefinite break? Taehyung's reaction during that live didn't help calm the theories. Some fans believe he already knows what's coming, and it's not something he's entirely at peace with. He has always been deeply emotional about ARMY, often calling them his reason for singing. The idea of any change in BTS's future could be weighing heavily on him. I remember one fan sharing a story online. She had been to BTS's concert in LA in 2021. During Spring Day, she swore she saw Taehyung looking out into the crowd longer than usual, almost as if trying to memorize every face. She didn't think much of it back then, but now? That memory feels different. Almost prophetic. And this is where the panic sets in for ARMY. Not the kind of panic that comes from tabloids or fake rumors, but the kind that's born from subtle truths, the kind fans feel in their gut before the official announcements ever drop. They've been through it before, from the first time BTS openly discussed burnout, to Jin's enlistment, to each member branching into solo careers. The group has always been transparent, but never all at once. The truth comes in pieces. And maybe, just maybe, Jungkook just gave us the first piece of the next chapter. If we follow BTS's history, major announcements often happen after a buildup of small clues. A lyric in a new song. A sudden trip abroad. A cryptic post on Weverse. Jungkook's livestream comment could be exactly that, a deliberate seed planted in ARMY's minds, so that when the official news comes, it won't hit quite as hard. But of course, that's the problem. With BTS, even good news can hurt a little, because change means leaving something behind. And ARMY? They've been holding on to every laugh, every group photo, every chaotic V-Live like it's a lifeline. Which brings us back to the question, what did Jungkook really mean? And more importantly, why now? Because timing is everything. Jungkook didn't say this during a casual gaming stream at 3 a.m. He said it during a broadcast where Taehyung was present, where their body language told as much of a story as their words. That's not an accident. That's a statement, even if it's hidden between the lines. And the more you think about it, the more it feels like this isn't just about music. It's about identity. BTS has always been more than a band. They're a brotherhood, a symbol, a comfort for millions who've grown up alongside them. If this next phase changes that dynamic, even slightly, it's going to reshape not just BTS's career, but ARMY's entire world. To understand where this could be leading, we have to look at Jungkook himself, the youngest member who has grown under the spotlight for more than half his life. Over the years, he's gone from shy and reserved to confident and unfiltered, but there's one thing that hasn't changed: he speaks from the heart. And when he chooses to plant a thought in ARMY's mind, it's rarely without reason. Some fans believe Jungkook's comment about things looking different soon could be about the long-awaited BTS reunion after military service. If that's the case, the different might not mean an ending, but a transformation. After all, every great era in history has had to reinvent itself to survive. Think of the Beatles shifting from pop hits to experimental rock, or Michael Jackson reinventing his sound and image across decades. BTS may be preparing for their own rebirth, one that could redefine their place in music history. If you've made it this far, you're more than just a casual fan, you're part of the heart of this fandom. So tell me, what do you think Jungkook meant? Was it a warning, a promise, or something in between? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's keep this conversation going. And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell, because the next twist in this story could come any day now, and when it does, you'll want to be here when we break it.